Good evening. It's the 8th or 9th of January already. I'm just at my work plenty, just came back from Hope. And I tell you, every time that Johnny and I come together, the Spirit of the Lord moves. And he really filled up my plate this time. And anyway, Johnny was asking me, about the carbon foam. It takes a lot of heat, right? It's able to block out a lot of heat. So I can make stuff out of that. You're saying, what about an ice cube? Can you use it for refrigeration? And I thought, well, I would have to test an ice cube first to see how much cold is going to be transferred through the carbon foam. This part I haven't tested. But I do know, I hope I'm hooked up here. I do know that it heats up quickly and it dissipates heat quickly. So it may be a new material for a thermoelectric generator. And the thermoelectric generators, they operate at a working capacity about 70 degrees Celsius, which is about 140 degrees, roughly 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And if I can get a potential difference on the carbon foam that's greater than that, then I got something to work with. And you can actually make your semiconductor material by taking bismuth and telluride, which are elements, and you crush it up into a powder, and you can make your conductor material. One side you would put it to heat, and the other side you would put it to cold. And so I would have to come up with some kind of semiconductor that's going to take a high heat transfer, right? Not so much worried about the cold, but just another idea. Well, by the way, I'm using my new Bluetooth Blue Parrot 550 XT, might be an XT Plus. It works beautiful, and so I got up early this morning, went down to Hope to the truck stop, and picked up a pair. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but I do need something for noise cancellation on the experiments. And I guess it's going to be a little bit of an update too. I was just talking to a friend of mine in Fairbanks, and she suggested to open up a ministry in the States. It would be a 508, not a 501c3, a 508. So I need to find the 508 that's comparative to Canada, and that way I can open up a ministry name and be legal and all that. And so if you want to hire me to build you a place of refuge or develop certain technologies and things like that, you call up the company, and all the expenses will be taken out of the company. Just an update, and the Lord's put a lot on my plate, and I know it's time for the pieces to come together. It's time for God's people to come together and start walking the walk and bringing forth the fruit of the Spirit, and that's where Yeshua is glorified, right? But I'm anxious to setting up these hot and cold tests. I can probably just use some of that tin foil baking pan, right? So I can make a little thing here where you put your material on, and then I can just measure use my heat meter to measure the heating and the cooling effects, where I put carbon foam on there, heat it up with the torch and see how much of it transfers, so I can actually work out a ratio, that I know that if I have something a half-inch thick, I know how much heat's going to penetrate as opposed to something that's thicker or thinner. And I can do that for both the heating and the cooling, so that's going to give me the data. And lots of stuff, and I'm hoping to pick up a thermal mass flow meter for propane, and I have to figure out how much propane is being used, so I can make something up that would give me the data required for that. Then I can order the flow meter. That way I'll be able to calculate, do precise calculations and measurements and BTU stuff and things like that. Well, while my dog is patiently sitting here waiting to go for a walkie or something. You want to go for a walkie? going to end it here. Lots to do, lots of tests. I'm going to draw up probably a whole page of different types of testing that I can do, and to set up to, you know, like data tests, measure volume, measure this and that. Going to end it here. This is Joshua Taylor, Donald D. Taylor, coming to you from here in my workplace in Boston Bar, British Columbia, Canada.